Welcome to another special edition of the Creatia Conversation. I am your host, Sir Cussalot, Travis Pointer, and I'm joined once again by my co-host, Mara the Shark Watkins.
Hello.
And joined once again for the second time, Kobe Pointer.
Hello.
How's it going tonight, kids? Doing all right?
It's hot.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hot summer day. Night. It's nighttime now.
Summer hasn't technically started
Oh,
yet.
it started. It's hot as fuck outside. It's summertime. They might try to tell you it starts on like what, the 21st or 25th or some shit like that. Yeah.
20th, I think.
Yeah, whatever. It's hot. It's summertime. It's hot. It's June. That's all I need to know. But yeah, we're here talking E3 again. We're going to be talking about Ubisoft and Sony's press conferences today. We were supposed to go live last night. Technical difficulties stopped us from making that happen, but we're here now. So we can just skip over the, Microsoft and Bethesda. Hi, whoever that was in the background there. Yeah.
My sister-in-law.
Well, all right. Let's get started. Talk about Ubisoft first. Before we get into the details of it, let's just start with, what were your overall views of it? Start with you, Mara.
Well, I just kind of wrote down the names of games that I saw that I was just like, I'm interested. Like Super Mario and the Rabbids.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish that they would make Super Mario or like Nintendo things available to the other platforms, but that would be a loss for Nintendo. So I guess I don't know when I'll be able to play that, but
when you get a Switch. That's about it. When you get a Switch.
Okay. But that Assassin's Creed Origins games looks fire.
Yeah, we'll get into details on that. But your overall view, good conference, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I had to skip around through it because I watched it late, but don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
I actually caught it late too. It was on accident though.
You're both fired.
I looked at the schedule and I was waiting on the one from yesterday on accident. I looked at the wrong time, but I just happened to get on YouTube and it said it was about to start in like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh no, I was like an hour into it because when Travis texted me like, "Are you watching it?" and I was like, "Yeah."
See, that's the thing. I texted you because I knew you weren't. See, that's the thing.
But I was watching on my phone. I like walked into the bank and then it stopped working. So I was like, I can't do this right now.
Both of you. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Either one of you.
At least I watched it.
Anyway, Kobe, your overall thoughts?
I wasn't, after seeing like all the games that Ubisoft make, I could tell I'm not like a big fan of the games they make, but like the Assassin's Creed, that interests me a lot. The Skull and Bones, that was like, I don't know, it got its parts, but then it got its parts that I really don't like. So,
I'm gonna give that a whole good try.
Yeah, I'll try, but as far as buying it, I don't know.
Okay.
I think you could try it for free.
Yeah, you can get into the beta.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just get started going through the conference itself.
Yes.
Can we do that? So, one thing about Ubisoft that we gotta, what I gotta point out, because this bothered me when I was watching it. It wouldn't bother you too because you haven't been watching it like I have, but
nope.
Ubisoft's press conferences usually were hosted by Aisha Tyler. She hosted it.
I like her.
Every year. Not this year though. And I was sorely disappointed because she did not host it. I tweeted her and told her so.
Do you think maybe because she has, she has, whose line is it? And
I don't want her excuses.
Okay. I was trying to
Anyway,
give you a reason as to why.
I hear you. I hear you. I know there's probably a reason why, but none of them would be acceptable to me.
Okay, I tried.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, they kicked it off with the Mario and Rabbids game, one that was, it was rumored for a while, so we kind of knew it was coming. There's been like, that cover art that they showed, with all the characters and the name of the game and all that. That leaked like a month ago. And we already knew they were working on some kind of RPG style game, which turned out to be like SOCOM. So I'm okay with that. But I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the rabbits. Like,
I never played the rabbits, but I always hear about them, so I figured.
they give me this vibe like Minions, and I don't like the Minions. So
Why?
because they're fucking annoying.
That's my movie.
You're a hater.
Okay, call me
All
what you
about
want,
Despicable Me.
but Minions annoy me.
Yeah, funny.
Anyway, they also brought out Shigeru Miyamoto, so I was like, that was always great for me to see, big time Nintendo nigga. That's my dude. So
That's the head guy, right?
basically, I mean, technically no, but
Because that's the same guy I think that came out during the Apple event last year when they were introducing
he's like the face.
Mario Run.
Yeah, he's like the face because he's the one who created Mario.
Oh, okay.
So like, a lot of their biggest titles were created by him. Let's see. We can move on now. We got through the rabbits. That's coming out August 27th. So
The rabbits?
Yep.
Yay.
Mario and Rabbids comes out the 27th of August.
Awesome.
Yeah. But then we got to Assassin's Creed Origins, and we can talk about this now because I know you've been itching for it.
That looks super cool. I never actually really played a full game of Assassin's Creed. Like I played like minutes of it.
Really?
But I've always been intrigued by Assassin's Creed because I know they go into like historical times and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So now if they're going into like Egyptian times, like I'm just like, I need it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's supposed to be like this is when the whole Brotherhood of Assassins started in Egypt. So it's like, okay, once again, everything starts in Africa. Just saying. See lots of animals. Lots and
I
lots
was
of
just
animals.
about to say you kill animals in this one.
Lots and lots of animals. There's been animals in Assassin's Creed before, but not like this. Not like what we saw here. Like they were everywhere. They were part of the action and everything. I saw some other gameplay later on where the dude shot a flaming arrow into the thing where the lion was at, and the lion broke out and attacked the horse
that's
or
what I'm
some
talking
shit.
about.
And it was like some craziness.
It's like, yeah, that's new.
I'm like, okay. You can turn your arrows into flaming arrows just with the little, awesome.
Yeah, I love Assassin's Creed, all of them.
So do I. Last couple when I just, I touched them, but I didn't play them a lot,
I mean, I had Syndicate. It was all right.
Yeah. What was one? Unity was the last one I actually really played.
Oh,
How was Black Flag?
Black Flag was fucking awesome.
I hated it.
This is from the same team that made Black Flag, actually.
Oh.
I felt like it was too much ship driving for me. So
Too much ship driving.
Yeah, it's like I feel like they steered away from the whole point.
Bones, but this is too much ship driving.
That's why I said Skull and Bones has its points. Then I don't like the whole ship fighting, but the way they set the game up, they threw the Kraken in, so made it look very appealing.
That's what I'm saying. But Skull and Bones is all ship battles.
Yeah, that's why I said I ain't gonna buy it, but I'm gonna do the beta though.
Yeah, I just signed up to be notified if I could be chosen for beta.
Oh yeah. Also in Assassin's Creed, I'm curious if this is gonna happen because they like to tie in historical events with Assassin's Creed. They're in Egypt. I saw slaves.
Moses?
Is Moses gonna be there? Will Moses be here? Is Moses an assassin? Like,
Nope, but he'll probably be like a cameo.
that's the kind of thing that
Like,
they do in
yeah,
Assassin's Creed. They're like in Assassin's Creed 2, like you and Leonardo da Vinci were
I
like
was about to
this.
say,
Like,
damn,
it,
made all the weapons and
yeah,
everything.
like, yeah. So, you never really know. Maybe that's part of how the Hebrews got freed was because Moses was an assassin.
Or he got help from the assassins.
Yeah, maybe that whole firstborn kill thing was the assassin. Boom. Moving on, because we can talk about Assassin's Creed some more, but there's so much more to talk about.
Right.
The Crew 2.
That was lit.
Yeah, I when it first was announced the last time for the first one, I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool. And then when it finally came out, I was just like, I just didn't care anymore. But
Yeah.
looking at it now, like, okay, this looks fun again.
Hmm.
But now there's also boats, there's also planes, so it's not just cars anymore. So I'm wondering
Yeah.
how it's all gonna fit together. You know?
Like street cars, race cars, planes, boats, boats and hoes, all those stuff.
Boats on the hose on the boats.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. How the boats get on the hose, I don't know, but
How do they survive it? We'll never know.
yeah, that's what they do. Um, yeah. Anything else you all want to talk about with the Crew 2? Cause
No, this looks cool.
yeah,
I never heard of the
Yep,
Crew, to be honest.
me
Um,
neither.
I
until
mean,
like they revealed it. I kept sitting here waiting forever for them to say what the name of it was because I didn't know what it was when I was looking at it. I thought for a moment it was Forza because I don't know what company Forza's with, so I just kind of assumed.
Forza's like only gonna be on Microsoft stage. It's one of their studios that does it. Well, two of their
Never knew.
studios. There's one studio that does Forza Horizon, the other one that does Forza Motorsport. But anyway,
Oh, okay, yeah,
hmm
I made a non-knowing guess,
hmm
and I was wrong.
that's one of Microsoft Xbox's only like true exclusives. Cause like
Besides Halo.
they were throwing out those. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, Halo, Gears of War, Forza, but they were or like Crackdown now and State of Decay. Those are the only ones in their conference that were actually truly exclusive. They kept saying that word exclusive, but it was just they say console launch exclusive, which means it's only coming out. It just comes to them first,
Gotcha.
and it'll be on PlayStation later. So it's just not really exclusive. It's just first on there. But anyway, we're not talking about them. We're talking about Ubisoft.
Yep.
South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Cannot
So when
fucking
you said that,
wait.
that sounds like butthole.
Yeah, it's supposed to sound
Yeah, I
like
was
butthole.
right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the joke, Mara. Yeah.
Whatever. Embarrass me on TV, internet.
Oh man, but no, yeah. We saw some more. Another trailer for that. Showed more of what's going on with it. They also put out another gameplay video where you saw some of the battle systems a little bit where they. For some reason, you go into a strip club. Did either one of you see the gameplay video?
No,
So gameplay
I
video
only
came out.
saw I guess the trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's all I
they
saw.
put out another gameplay video also, and they show you and another character, Scott Malkinson, who has diabetes, and yeah, that's actually an important part of his character. He's like Captain Diabetes is a superhero name and shit. But
You obese?
hmm?
You obese?
No.
Oh,
So, but he talks like this. But they they go into this strip club because they have to get they have to find some girl that works there who has some kind of information, and end up going into like a VIP room with these two dudes that work there who not who work there who are like just patrons there who are just so drunk they couldn't tell these two kids aren't strippers. So they go back
I
to this
have
back
questions
room.
as to how they get into the strip club in general.
Yeah, it's South Park. Who knows? But anyway, there's a whole lot of them wanting lap dances, but really you just keep farting on them, and yeah.
Wow.
South Park,
I
man.
can't be
Yeah, yeah,
fractured but whole.
yeah.
You know, when I wrote it down in my notes, I didn't even realize how that was sounding when I kept repeating it to write it down.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. We got this other thing, this VR experience game thing. We're not quite sure what it is. Transference.
It's
Looks like,
supposed to be creepy. That's all I heard.
yeah, and it's Elijah Wood's involved. That's about all we know because that's all they're gonna tell us because it's all about the experience.
That's fucking lie.
Yeah. So yeah, that should. I don't know if I'll even get into that, but it's there. There's also,
I'll check it out when it comes out. Does it look? I mean, is it just solely for VR?
yeah, probably.
Oh, so never mind.
Um. Yeah. Skull and Bones. Pirates game that we thought we were gonna get was gonna be this big action adventure game, but come to find out after they play it through, it's really like For Honor was last year or this year, but with
What is
pirates
that?
on a boat. It's basically like
Well,
it's mostly multiplayer online. That's all it's really about. There was a campaign for Honor, which I actually have posted on a YouTube channel, but that's basically just a tutorial to teach you how to play and get you ready to play online. You know.
now I'm less excited again. I'm sitting here
It's
thinking
fun.
it's going to be like a story
Nah.
full game.
For Honor's fun. It's just I haven't played it in so long that if I tried to get back on and play now, I will really get my ass kicked. But I liked it when it came out. I played it for a while. Really
They should
enjoyed it.
make a game about black sailors.
I mean, they did. It's called Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Is it? Okay. It's okay, I haven't played them,
Yeah, I
so.
know. It's set in the exact same time.
Oh.
Yeah. Then there's a spinoff of that, Assassin's Creed Freedom
Stop
Cry.
embarrassing me in front of all of our followers.
I'm not embarrassing you. I was just telling you the game
You
exists.
can't tell me I'm not embarrassed.
I can't help whether or not you are embarrassed. I'm not intentionally embarrassing you, though. I mean, I'm fucking with you like I always do, but, you know. Then we got Just Dance.
You can't go wrong with Just Dance though. And the music gets better every version.
I guess.
I mean, you know what's crazy? BB Rexa, who came out and sang, I had just heard her song for the first time today, like before I watched it, and so I was even doubly confused standing at the teller, like when it started again. I was like, "What's happening?" I was like, "Oh my god."
My thing was I'm watching this. She's out there singing. What's her name?
I think it's pronounced BB Rexa. I've never actually been able to say her name. I just hear a song here and there.
Yeah, but she was singing her song, talking about how she wants to dance with somebody or some shit, and she's just standing still the whole time. While other people are all around her dancing and shit. Like, you can dance with all the people behind you. Like, you know, if you want to dance with somebody, there you go.
I'm not even taken aback by that, because from all the other videos of her that I've watched, like, it's literally just her, like, kind of just being there, being sexy, being in half clothes and stuff. That's all her videos are.
I guess.
No, I'm serious. That's all.
I mean, I believe
like, you. Know,
I just
I heard one song and then I watched the video, hoping that there should be at least like some people in there dancing. Nope, it's just her walking around, some clothes on, some clothes off, like.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, she's hot. I'd let her touch it, but I was just wondering why, she was talking about she wanted somebody to dance with, and she just wasn't dancing with nobody. They was like, you can dance with the people that are right there on stage with you.
I don't think she dances, because I don't think I've ever seen her dance in anything.
Or was I not supposed to pay that much attention to the words of the song?
Yeah,
probably
I
not.
don't think you was.
I mean, but they were talking about dancing for Just Dance, so I figured, like, okay. Anyway,
because I think her song, it's like it has like a back meaning to it.
That
Or
kind of
maybe the
dance.
theme song for the game.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like
Oh, she's talking about a
it's a
different dancing.
catchy dancing song, so
She's talking about the mattress mambo. Gotcha. Gotcha. What is? Oh, there's a South Park mobile game coming this year.
it didn't come out already.
Nope.
Okay.
South Park Phone Destroyer coming out this year. Okay. I mean, I'll get it. I'll play it. Why the fuck not? Give me South Park on my phone. Give me even more reason not to do what I'm supposed to be doing throughout the day. Sure. Then there was Starlink Battle for Atlas, and I lost my shit. I'm like, you tell me this space and spaceships and space fighting, and I get toys with it too? Yeah, I'm in. I'm all the way in. I get like mount a toy on my controller and shit, and it's just like, okay, yeah, give me that, give me them now. I mean, you got the other Toys to Life games out there that are kind of going away. Like Lego Dimensions is pretty much done with. Disney Infinity's done. Only one left is Skylanders. Maybe this can slide in and take that crown.
Oh, Disney Infinity's done. I didn't realize.
Yeah, the studio that used to make it is shut down, done, over, kaput.
Huh?
I think that was
Skylanders is still around though.
Yeah.
Oh.
They just had a big one come out with Crash Bandicoot in it.
Oh, true. I can't wait for Crash Bandicoot to come out.
Yeah, it comes out later this month.
Yeah.
Steep got an expansion. I forgot that Steep even existed. Most people.
I kind of ignored that one.
Yeah, it's one. Just like, yeah, doesn't matter. We can move on. But then there was Far Cry 5.
Far Cry. I've never played Far Cry. I didn't really know what it was about, but like this one, I was like, maybe.
Kobe.
I'm getting it.
That's the thing. Yeah. Kobe said.
I'm getting it. I played like almost all of them, and I got a couple of them. So.
Okay. Yeah, I've never really cared much about Far Cry. I knew it existed. It's like I kept one of those that I kept saying, maybe I'll play it, maybe I won't.
I'll try it one day.
But then I saw Boomer, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting it.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I like them because they free roam games too. So.
Yeah, when you got a dog that you can just have with you to just help you whoop ass. Yeah,
that's what makes the game better.
I'm in. I'm down. All right, cool.
That's what made me get Fallout.
I can understand that. Then they ended the show with Beyond Good and Evil 2, which nobody saw coming. The first one came out back on like PS2, so
that's why I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's an oldie.
Yeah, they said 15 years, I think.
Yeah, man.
Never heard of it.
This is a lot different from the original. The other original was real, like just more, I guess you could say more poppy and quaint, I guess you could say. Not as adult as this one was. This one appears to be, with the language and all of that. So something different, but I'm okay with it because the people who grew up who played the game when it was, first out are older now, so it kind of fits. But yeah, that was it for Ubisoft. Anything else that you all want to touch on with Ubisoft before we move on to Sony?
No.
No? All right. Well, Sony kicked this one off with some live music like they did last year. They had a full orchestra last year, though. It was fucking awesome. Like, they had a full orchestra the entire press conference last year. And as a musician, it was something that made me very happy. But they also had some audio issues at the beginning.
That weird, not weird, but I wasn't expecting the live music that they had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was for Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Oh yeah, whoever where they were holding their conference, is getting
Yeah,
fired.
they was fucking up the audio there at the beginning.
Super
I'm like, what?
For the
fired.
first,
Yeah,
for Uncharted and Horizon, you didn't hear no words whatsoever.
Super
And I
fired.
was upset because Uncharted is that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Horizon also just like,
Still couldn't hear.
you got to give us the audio with this because that's the, that's a big part of the experience is the audio, and you can't
And
get
then
that.
Days Gone in the beginning, the audio was pretty bad in
Yeah,
that
they fixed
too.
it pretty quick in Days Gone. Though I'm glad because that's when I'm really.
Me too, because I was really about to get upset.
Yeah.
Someone's getting fired and barred from all E3 things.
Yeah, and if it's just somebody who works like for that cathedral or for that building or whatever, yeah, they just
Oh yeah, then they'll cut you quick. They'll be like, "You messed up during Sony PlayStation."
Yeah. But Days Gone.
That looks good.
We saw a fucking super killer wolf zombie.
Wrapped in barbed wire.
Yeah, like we didn't just get regular zombies because first of all, these aren't regular zombies anyway. They're moving way too fast, and all that. They call them what they call them as because they debuted this game last year at E3, but they're called freakers, I guess is what they called them, but they're fucking zombies. So
They're like World War Z zombies. They run.
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah,
thinking.
closer to
Or the days later, weeks later ones.
So yeah, we got that. We got, like I said, the killer super wolf zombies. A lot of interactive open world kind of stuff going on.
That crazy big ass bear
we
wrapped
had
in barbed wire.
Yeah, we had super killer bear zombie too. Like
And he was walking through, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
yeah, man, I'm in. So
Me too. So it doesn't take much.
yeah, we didn't get a release date for that yet, which is kind of weird because, like I said, they debuted it last year and it looked like it was almost done, but we'll see. I'm waiting. I definitely thought that one was coming this year. Then there was Monster Hunter World.
Let me just go over this one. This one
Is that the Capcom game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the title of it.
Yeah, Monster.
I was waiting for the title just so I could write it down. I don't want to talk about that one.
Why you didn't like the dinosaur hunting dude with the bad
No,
jump
that
cuts
shit
and the
was so
giant story?
bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't rely on Capcom for their graphics, but like that plus like just the game itself, I was just like, oh, go away, don't release this. Let it go.
Yeah, well, if you're into Monster Hunter, you'll like it. I never played Monster Hunter, so it's just But then we got a remake.
Marvel versus Capcom.
No, before that,
Shadow of the
there was
Colossus.
a remake of Shadow of the Colossus that's coming.
Yeah, I just blended it when I knew what you're into Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah. So anyway, Shadow of the Colossus is getting a remake. And this is one that made me very happy also because I played it on PS2. And I'm like, this game is great. It's a lot of fun. And I'm sure neither one of you played it because it's like, I know it's before your time, Kobe, and I don't know if you ever played it, Mara. But like what you do is there's all these different Colossus. There's 16 of them. And each one you got to face. And it's like you got to get to a certain spot on them so you can kill him. See the little glowing spot on his head or whatever? Is where you got to get to so you can kill it. So there's different. It's like a puzzle kind of thing. You can figure out how to climb up their bodies and stuff like that so you can get to it and kill them. It's a lot of fun. I liked it a lot, so I'm glad they're remaking that. Now you can talk about Marvel vs. Capcom, Mara.
First, I thought that was Ultimate Alliance 3.
They're not.
Got excited.
They're not giving us that again. They don't love us.
I said,
They don't love
got
us
excited.
enough. They don't love us enough to make more of that game. It's just, they gave us Omega Force or Marvel Heroes Omega or whatever that is, and they're like, "Yep, that's all you're getting in that vein." So
I love that game too.
yeah, it's fun too. All right, but you want to talk about Marvel vs. Capcom, Mara? What's up?
It looks so awesome. But my only problem with it was where was Groot?
Mm-hmm.
He's in Marvel Heroes Omega.
I don't know where Groot was. I mean, there's plenty of people who weren't in the trailer though. Like Ryu wasn't in the trailer.
True. Or Deadpool.
Yeah, there's plenty of people who weren't in the trailer. It's just
But can they use Deadpool?
Yeah,
Mm.
he's Marvel.
Yeah,
I know he's Marvel. I didn't know, like, sometimes I know, like, they get very touchy with the games
that's only
and
like
whose
a
movies.
no. That's only an issue with movies versus TV
Okay.
and all that kind of stuff. In the games, they have all the rights they want. They can do whatever they want in there. They just don't do as much with them when they don't have movies coming out for them. That's just their choice.
I see
Okay.
what's coming up next.
I just kind of figured they wouldn't put them, like, in the same game because, I don't know, I guess because it makes no sense to the cinematic life.
Yeah, well, this is in the vein of the cinematic universe, so they don't care about that shit.
Well,
Um,
I'm new to this, so.
yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know. Um, yeah, there's a demo. It's available now. You can check it out. So do that. Then there's Call of Duty.
Yes, there is.
I didn't know that was Call of Duty till it said it was Call of Duty.
I
Yeah,
did.
they're going back to World War II.
Yes, they are.
Awesome. Nazis.
Yeah, so we
Oh
get to
my
kill some
god.
Nazis now. How do you feel about going back and killing Nazis?
Oh, I
Mm,
love the idea of it.
love it. Love it, love it, love it. With Black Ops 3, they went very futuristic. Black Ops 2 is very futuristic, and that's what everybody hated with Black Ops. I mean, with Call of Duty, is they went too futuristic. They made like 7 games back to back, and it was just like all futuristic stuff, and none of the guns were like real. Then they made this one, and like all the guns are real again. So
Okay.
it's great.
Anything like you expected with the multiplayer or anything?
Yeah, on the gameplay they show, it's I mean you would only know if you play like the shooting games, but the way they look and the way you shoot the guns is way more realistic. Like they took away like double jump and all that. Like the entire game looks way better than the rest of them.
Okay. So, I mean, we were talking the other day. You saw some Battlefield stuff, and you seemed a little hype for that. Like you might like be sliding over into Battlefield, but then you saw Call of Duty. Like, no, you sticking with Call of Duty. Is that what
Yeah, I'm
you,
gonna just stay with Call of Duty.
then we got some VR stuff. First, it was Skyrim.
Great game.
Yeah. Then Star Child. Then this thing called The Impatient, which looked really interesting
Yeah.
and kind of creepy at the same time. I'm like, okay, okay, I feel you.
At first I thought it was that game that you're in an asylum and you're a cameraman. You don't have no weapons. Um, it's on PS3. There's 2 of them out. The second one's called The Whistleblower. Man, the picture of the game is green and black. She knows what it is. I could tell, but I can't think about
Wait,
what
you
it's
talking about
called.
Left 4 Dead?
No, that was not what that base was for.
Not Left 4 Dead, no. I
That's,
don't know.
that's the only green I can think of. But anyway, so yeah, there was that. Then there was some Final Fantasy 15 stuff there. I'm like, I'm not sure what they're doing with that, and 'cause it was different before with their VR for Final Fantasy 15. But
Looked like they was fishing.
yeah, now it's all like the fishing stuff. So I'm like, yeah, never mind. That's coming out later this year. I didn't care anymore. Um, let's see. Then there was Bravo Team, another VR, like just a shooter in VR. So not much special about it.
Terrible.
Yeah. And then there was Moss, which I don't know what that was. I just saw a mouse. So
Yeah. I thought that was Final Fantasy. That looked like something Final Fantasy had made.
yeah. Then there was God of War.
Yes.
We got a release window for that at least. It's early 2018, which okay, I'll take that. But yeah,
January, February, March.
yeah. So
Hopefully.
yeah, if they don't delay it, and because it's video games, so they'll delay anything anytime.
Games get
Yeah.
delayed every day, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, you got a lot of interaction with him, with Kratos and his son. Son talking about like you think I'm weak or something because I'm different from you, or I'm not like you, so you think I'm weak and all that. But then you see like he can like talk to the mythical beasts and shit, and like, goddamn, okay. I mean,
That's because he got to be a half god because he had the baby with a mortal. So He didn't get the powers. He got the tactical
That's the
stuff.
thing. Technically, Kratos is only half god. So
That makes him quarter god.
See, when I grew up playing God of War, I still don't know the storyline of the game. I just liked the way he killed
I
people,
know,
and it was amazing.
I know,
So
I know. But yeah,
I was like, yeah,
he's a demigod. He's Zeus's son. Um,
oh, I killed Zeus. So
yeah, yeah, I know. But yeah, he's half god. So it's like maybe he got with a Norse demigod. Who knows? So like two half gods made like another half god, but he's like quarter Greek god, quarter Norse god, and that weird mix made him able to talk to the North beast. I don't know.
Part human Viking, part regular person.
Mm-hmm. And you see, he has the this axe that he's using now instead of his blades of chaos, which I guess I'll accept for now. But
yeah, I was kind of disappointed in that. I'm like, okay, so the blades are gone now. You have an axe.
that's
All right.
I'm not with it. Like I like I like how he can throw it and it comes back like Thor's hammer and all that kind of shit. But it just like
Mjolnir.
yes, Mjolnir, yeah. But I need like Kratos has the blades of chaos. Like that's his thing. I'll accept it though, because it is what it is. But after that was Detroit Become Human,
That looks pretty cool.
and of
That's like a
all
game where you choose choose different paths and
have
like what happens affects it, right?
have either one of you played Heavy Rain?
No.
No.
Same studio that made Heavy Rain made this, and I will tell you like you need to play Heavy Rain because Heavy Rain is fucking amazing.
All right.
I think they put a remastered version on PS4. Like you need to play Heavy Rain, and you'll see why I'm so fucking excited for this game.
Okay.
It's like they took what happened in Heavy Rain and just made it even better, and it's just I love it.
I low key took this as them acknowledging all the bad stuff that's happening in the country.
Yeah, yeah, that was a really really great way of sneaking some of that social commentary in.
They want to be like, we're woke.
Woke as fuck.
Let's.
Let me see.
And look what they did next.
Yeah, yeah. Destiny 2.
Yep.
Does that
Oh,
appeal to you?
cool.
Because you're the shooter
Yes,
guy.
it
I'm
does.
asking you because does this did
Yeah,
you
I had the first one and like maxed out every character 5 times each. So
you did all the expansions and shit too?
yeah, all of them. Actually, I got 2 of them free. I don't know how. I just got on the
Hey,
game one day
you
and they were there.
you got
Don't
them. Just
question it because
no,
then they'll come back and charge you.
don't ask
Don't even
questions.
question it.
Don't ask no
Don't write
questions.
Sony. Don't write them an email saying, "Hey, how'd I get these?" Just they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we forgot to charge you. We'll just apply it to your bill now."
Yeah,
Don't do it.
you've probably said too much already right now. So
Yep, they're already charging your card as we
we
speak.
on Twitch right now, man. They probably like, niggas on Twitch here. Think he getting free shit. What's his PSN?
Nah, they be charging a different account now. I had to switch accounts when I got to the PS4 anyway. I forgot my
See, you're like
password.
me. Just keep making accounts, man. They'll never catch up
See,
to you.
he did that for a different reason though. He did it because he didn't even really know it. He didn't even have an email address, and he was
Nope.
Don't. Yeah, that's different. That's some different shit. But yeah. What did you see with Destiny that made you like?
Nothing, because I don't like how they Destiny trailers are pointless because they make the game look so much more than what it actually is. It's just a multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
All the missions are multiplayer. It's all online. You can't play it unless you're connected to the internet. So as far as like an actual story mode, no one knows the true story of the game
I've heard that.
because yeah, I don't even know, and I've beat the game 100 times. So. Yeah, I mean, this one has a possibility of being better, so I'm gonna buy it and see.
Yeah, we'll find out. Then I'm sure you'll let us know. And then
I'm
there
not even
was
Destiny.
what?
I was saying I'm not a big fan of Destiny. I've seen it and I've heard of it.
Yeah,
It's never really appealed to me.
I bought it at launch. I played it for a while, and it was just like, yeah, I'm over this now.
Yeah,
But
it gets old quick.
it was one of those that I like. I figured it looked like something, something interesting, something different. Because I'm not really into shooters like that, but it looked like something I could try out because it looked like it had more to it. And I got
Hmm.
him like, oh, there's really not much more to it. Never mind.
Nope.
And then there was Spider Man,
Amazing.
spectacular, or any other
Yeah.
word you choose that goes with Spider Man. But you get
Screaming in
some
my kitchen.
like you get some like look at they took some cues from the Arkham series from Batman, like
I
some of that
thought the
stealth stuff
exact
was in
same
there,
thing.
but it still
Hmm.
felt more fun than the way that Batman did it. Like as far as like not as far as like Batman not
It's
being
not
fun to
as
play.
serious
Yeah,
or as
exactly.
dark.
He was
Yeah.
more like Batman is more. You feel like he's stalking, and he's like, yeah, I'm hiding here, and I'm gonna fuck you up. And Spider Man is just like, I'm gonna get through here. All right, I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you. Knock you that way, and pull you back, and yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Batman, when he like the way Batman narrates in his, it just sounds like someone who's working the same job every day but hates their job but won't do anything to better it.
Yeah,
But
he's
then like with Spider Man, his is kind of just like tactical thinking, like I gotta do this, this, and this. Kind of like when Robert Downey Jr. is playing Sherlock Holmes. So when they do those quick cutscenes of when he's mentally thinking of what he's going to do, like every punch and jab,
mm-hmm.
but like it's kind of like that. Only Spider Man's doing it in the moment. So
Yeah.
every other move, he's thinking ahead of what his next move will be.
Mm-hmm. Lots of but you get some fun set pieces in there too. The villain, I keep forgetting what his name is.
Fisk.
I know something Lee. They
Yeah, that's his
said it.
name. Martin Lee is his name. I'm talking about like his villain name though, and keep forgetting what it is.
Um,
But he's like got split personalities and all that kind of shit. He's like fucking crazy. But yeah, we did see Fisk in there too. We saw the Kingpin.
yeah.
Um,
I thought it was Daredevil at first when they showed Fisk's name. I'm like, oh, they're making a Daredevil game.
nah.
That'll be fun.
How would you play that though? Because Daredevil's blind.
Yeah, you got that little sonar thing going on, so
Yeah.
you'd still see stuff
That
like that.
that I feel like that only worked for so long before that got annoying.
Probably.
It's
I mean,
probably why they haven't made a game.
unless you do it as like a third person. But I feel like for Daredevil, I feel like that has to be more as a first person kind of thing.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're
Like
saying.
a VR game.
Yeah, that could be a cool
Yeah.
VR game. Kind of be like, and it would be like Mirror's Edge, kind of. If you ever played
Yeah, I've
Mirror's Edge,
seen that.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a running parkour kind of thing going on with that.
They would just have to kind of like really plan that out and execute it very well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we had some craziness going on with the helicopter and the webs and all that he had to like. Okay, all right, I'm with you. I'm with you. See, there's a map there in the bottom, so it's probably open world. So it'll be a lot of fun. But then they gave us a fun little tidbit at the end there, and threw in Miles Morales. So you're like, okay, so are we gonna get this other Spider-Man too? Then, or is he gonna be playable? Are we gonna get that dude?
Oh, the black dude?
Mm-hmm.
I know they put that in there for a reason, and I felt like I was supposed to know who that was, but I didn't.
Yeah, that was
The
Miles
name
Morales.
I caught it like last second when they said Miles, and I turned around and smiled, and I was just like,
Miles Morales. He became
so,
Spider-Man after Peter Parker in the Ultimate Universe. His suit is like pretty much all black with the red spider and web and stuff. Um, but yeah, if we get to play as him too, I'm even more sold than I was before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sold from the moment that he did some kind of backflip onto the whatever you did backflip onto.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the end. They did a little montage of all the shit that they just showed you already. But yeah, that was the Sony
I,
conference.
it was funny. I thought it was kind of funny though because the ending was so abrupt to me because then it was like, all right, and close. And then it was like, all right, everybody just get up and go.
Yeah, we're done. Get out.
Yeah, they
Let's
don't do
see.
no talking during their
Nah,
conference.
man, they were
What?
like games, 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 games,
I
games.
loved it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved it.
That's how you do a conference, man. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like they get better. Sony just goes into the dude. Sean Layden came out there like, all right, look, we did some cool shit. All right, here's some more cool shit. All right, I'm out. Like,
Yeah,
All
I
right,
loved it. I'm
like
like, they
you
all
don't
need
need
to do that.
anything else. You don't need me to tell you what's in this, what he can do. We're just gonna show you the game. You're gonna like it. You're gonna buy it. You're gonna pay obscene amount of money for it, and we're still gonna make you buy season passes for everything. Boom.
And we're still gonna pay that
I'm about to
money.
say, and we're
Yep.
gonna buy them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was this day's E3 press conferences. Anything you all want to make sure we touch on before we close out?
Nope. I don't know what's for tomorrow though. What's tomorrow's?
Nintendo's tomorrow morning, but that's it.
Okay.
So yeah, nothing for you, Kobe.
Nope.
All right, we're gonna close it out here. As usual, you can find us on both Twitter and Instagram at Creation Magazine. Also, Facebook.com/Creation Magazine. You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalot. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT. Where can they find you, Mara?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mara the Shark _. That's MARADASHARK _.
And do you know yours now, Kobe?
Yep. You can find me on Instagram at Kobe_23 pointer. That's COBEY_23 POINTER.
All right. That's it for this night's show. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay creative, stay free.
Laters.
Goodbye, goodbye.